Hi everyone, so yesterday was my 23rd birthday. I can't quite believe I'm now basically in my mid-20s, but I had a really great day and tonight I'm actually going out for a bit of a celebratory dinner with my boyfriend. So I thought I would sit down and basically get ready with you because a birthday makeup always tends to be that little bit more special than an everyday look. So I have some of my favourite products here that I'm going to use today and a few things that I always pull out for a night out or a party kind of date night look, and kind of a few newer products as well that I've been testing out recently that I really wanted to show you in a video. There's a new eyeliner that I'm really loving. If you've been watching my vlogs this week, you probably would have seen me wearing it already, but I just wanted to use it tonight because I've been obsessed with it. So I'm going to start by priming my skin with the Sunday Riley Effortless Breathable Tinted Primer, and I've definitely been having a bit of a moment for the Sunday Riley products at the moment. I can't get enough of them. This one is no exception. It's a really nice primer with a slight tint of colour to it, so it helps to even out your complexion, which in turn kind of helps you use less foundation, which is always a good thing. And it just feels so light and breathable on my skin, and also has a little bit of hydration in there as well, which is nice because my skin does tend to dry out, especially if I'm wearing makeup for quite a long time or if I'm going out in the evening. So I'm just going to use about a pump of that and pop that all over my face. The foundation I'm going to use for this look is a Perfect Skin Failsafe. It's NARS Sheer Glow. Love this stuff. I think it's just the ultimate kind of skin perfecting, evening, flawless looking product. I always reach for this one when I know I'm going to be going out because it's just really flawless, really skin perfecting. It lasts for such a long time, and it also photographs really well. It makes your skin look very even and very smooth, and it doesn't have SPF in it too, so great for flash photography as well. And I'm just going to start by buffing quite a small amount of that onto my skin because I find this is a really pigmented foundation, so you don't always need a lot. And as well with the Sunday Riley primer underneath, which has kind of given me a little bit of coverage to start with, you really don't need a great deal. I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Tinted Eye Brightener under my eyes just to correct any dark circles and darkness and sort of purpley tones. I've started using this one a lot more regularly over the corrector, as I just find it's a bit more thin and kind of blends easier, and it's slightly more lightweight, so it doesn't tend to feel as cloggy under the eyes as the corrector can do if you kind of overuse it a bit too much. For concealer, I'm going to use the Make Up For Ever Full Cover Concealer. I'm back into this at the moment. I'm really enjoying using it. I think it's just slightly more coverage than the Origins Plantscription Concealer, which I usually go for. And at the moment, I'm needing a bit more coverage than usual. Playing more those late nights and eating too much birthday cake. And as this one is waterproof as well, it's going to last a lot longer than most regular concealers. As this is a bit more of a special makeup look, I'm going to do an extra concealing / highlighting step and use the Estée Lauder Brush On Glow Double Wear BB Highlighter, super long named concealer. And I like to kind of take that in a V shape underneath my eyes. And it just really helps to sort of highlight under there, make everything look a lot brighter, and really sort of shape my face as well. And then I put kind of a little bit down the centre of my face and a little bit on my nose. And the brush that I really like to blend this sort of product in, and especially I've been using for concealer a lot at the moment too, is the Real Technique setting brush. I've kind of pulled this one out of my collection after having it for ages and not really using it, but I've been really liking it at the moment. And I'm going to set that all down with some of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. I've talked about this so many times, you're probably sick of it, but I think it's just the nicest setting powder for leaving a lot of brightness and luminosity in your skin and not kind of making it look too flat and powdery. Some people have asked me if this works well as a setting powder because it's more for highlighting and kind of illumination, but I find this really does help my makeup stay on quite nicely. I've also used this a million times and had it for ages, and I've still not made a dent in the packaging, so it's definitely worth the investment. So I'm actually going to skip the step of contouring for today and use some bronzer to warm up my skin, but also kind of sculpt my cheeks a little bit with it too, so it's a more subtle take on contouring. And for that I'm going to use the Topshop matte bronzer. This is in the shade Salute, and I've been really enjoying this bronzer. It's a really lovely, very blendable matte bronzer. So I think an angle brush really is key for this, and I just sort of take it slightly above where the contour would go and blend it in a sort of C shape up to my temple. So it gives the definition with just a softer and kind of slightly more subtle look. And I find when I go out and I've really been into a strong contour and there's lots of pictures of me being taken, some of them look amazing and some of them you can just see that stripe of product. So I kind of like to stick to a more subtle and natural contour nowadays. And then I'm also going to take that along my forehead where I would naturally catch the sun, down my nose, and then a little bit on my neck because I have a bit of a pasty pale neck at the moment. Eyebrows are going to be a combination of the Bobbi Brown Brow Kit in the shade Light Brown and then the Soap & Glory Archery pencil. Always use these two together. I don't think there is a better combination for perfect looking natural but bold brows. So I take the lighter shade through the front part of my brow and the darker shade onto the arch, and then I just define everything a little bit with the pencil. I don't want to have anything too bright on my cheeks, so I'm going to use a little bit of this Tarte blusher bronzer combination. It's a really nice pretty pink, but it's kind of muted down and not as intense because it has the bronzer shades around it. So I'm going to use my brush to sort of just pick out the brighter pinky colours in this and just pop a little bit of that on my cheeks. And to highlight, of course, it has to be the Balm's Merry Luminizer. I think this is just the prettiest champagne-y golden highlight, and it gives such a beautiful kind of flawlessly highlighted look on the tops of the cheekbones. So just love it, can't get enough of it. Again, it's one of those products that I think will never ever run out. I've had this for years, probably too long, and I've not even slightly dented it, so you need just the smallest amount because it's so pigmented. So on to eyes and the slightly more exciting part of this video, and I'm going to be using a palette which is kind of quite a special one. This is from Charlotte Tilbury and it's the Sophisticate eye palette. I love all the Charlotte Tilbury makeup. I think it's so kind of luxurious and beautiful. The packaging alone is just stunning and all the colours and textures and formulas really are quite amazing. So I'm going to start by using this kind of lighter pearly shade all over my lid. This is probably the only one out of all the full colours with a slight amount of shimmer and sheen to it, but it's still quite subtle. So I'm going to use that as a base and just pop that all over my eyelid. And then I'm going to put some of this kind of lighter taupey contour shade into the crease of my eye just to define it slightly. I really don't think I could be without a kind of taupey crease colour in my life. I just think it makes all the difference to opening up your eyes. And then I'm going to use that same colour and also sort of mix it in with a little bit of the darker brown and just use that to define my lower lash line. So the main part of this look is definitely the eyeliner, and I really don't usually tend to stray from the normal black or maybe sometimes a brown liner, but nothing ever too colourful. If you've been watching my vlogs this week though, you will probably have seen that I've been wearing a kind of dark navy blue liquid liner, and it's this one here from Benefit. This is the They're Real Push-Up Liner, and they've recently brought out a few newer shades in this range. I've never really got on that well with the Benefit liners. They are kind of a gel liner in a little twist up pen, which I think is a brilliant idea, and they have this little rubber nozzle which gives you apparently the perfect flick, but I find it just slightly harder to use than a regular sort of felt tip liner, but I love the colour so much that I've been persevering with it. So you just do a few clicks to get the product out, and then I like to kind of take a little bit off on the back of my hand. And I've been doing a slightly thicker winged liner look with this, and I think it's down to the product and the consistency. It's just easier to make your liner a little bit thicker, but I'm enjoying the way that kind of looks. So I start with quite a thin line and I just sort of push it into my lashes. Now this stuff does set incredibly quickly, so you have to work with it quite fast. And then I click it up again and draw in the wing, and because of the angled tip of this, it does make it really easy to kind of get the nice sort of angle onto your wing. I think it's just a really subtle, interesting take on winged liner, so I've been really into this at the moment. Mascara of the moment is definitely still the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. I just love this stuff. It's so thickening, really defining, super lengthening as well, so it just does everything in one. And then some Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara on my lower lashes. Now it is my birthday, so I don't really think this look would be complete without a bold lip, and I'm really quite into pink lips at the moment, so I'm going to be using this. This is MAC's Relentlessly Red. This is from the MAC Matte collection, which is really hard to say, and it's basically the same formula as Ruby Woo, so a really lovely velvety matte finish, and I think this colour is really pretty too. It's quite a warm hot pink. It really just brightens and warms up your complexion, and it really lasts for a long time, so quite a good one if you're going to be out on eating and having a meal. So that is my finished birthday makeup look. I absolutely love this makeup. I think it's so nice. I love the blue eyeliner and I love the pink lips, so I hope you've enjoyed watching this too. Let me know if you did by giving this video a little like, and subscribe if you're new. And I am now off to go and stuff my face with pizza, ice cream and just all the birthday food, so I will see you soon. Bye!